Hi and welcome to a new lecture in the RICS APC Essentials course. This course is crafted in order to help those who want to get chartered under the quantity surveying route, and this course is crafted in order to help the RICS candidates to take their understanding of the different areas of competencies from level 1 knowing, going to level 2 doing, and then ending with level 3 advising. We're going to be tackling in this lecture and the next lecture one of the most important core competencies, which is procurement and tendering. And I have decided to split it on 2 lectures because of the huge amount of information that is required to be comprehended and digested by the RICS APC candidate. So in this lecture, we're going to be tackling procurement, and in the next lecture, we're going to be tackling the tendering. So the agenda for this lecture is going to be as follows. We're going to be starting in level 1 knowing by differentiating between what's meant by procurement versus what's meant by tendering, in addition to some general points that can help a quantity surveyor understand what are the factors influencing the choice of a procurement route, and not forgetting to mention the procurement methods and the payment methods. We're going to be diving deeper into the procurement routes to include the traditional procurement route, the design and build procurement route, in addition to the construction management and the management contracting, and not forgetting to mention other important procurement routes such as the PPP or public-private partnership, the private finance initiative, and the design, build, operate, and transfer. And then we're going to be ending level 1 by diving deeper into the different payment methods that could be adopted in the procurement route chosen, such as the lump sum payments, the cost plus, the remeasured contracts, and the consequent payments, in addition to the target cost and the guaranteed maximum price. And then we're going to be moving to level 2, which is doing. And the best way to tackle it is by showcasing how you can write your RICS APC submission with an example to this specific area of competence up to the required level. And we're going to be adopting the same methodology of thinking in level 3. We're going to be providing an example which can help you to think about how you can write your RICS APC submission in this specific area of competence up to the required levels. So let's start level 1 by discussing what is the difference between procurement and tendering. So let's start with tendering. If you have a service that needs to be provided, or a product that needs to be fabricated, or a project that needs to be built, you would need a provider and a price from that provider. So you would have a bidding process, you put the design documents in place or the requirements of the client in place, and then you'll be expecting different submissions and proposals with different prices. So it's all about obtaining different prices, different qualities from the bidders themselves. And then you'll be choosing the best proposal depending on the situation at hand and depending on the client's requirements. So that can take into account the cost itself or the price in addition to the quality, as well as other parameters according to the needs. But when you think globally about procurement, you will find that tendering is a subset of procurement. So yes, procurement is all about obtaining goods and services, but it tackles a wide variety of aspects in a way that is much more comprehensive than tendering. So it tackles the client's strategy, it tackles the client's risk profile, and also it helps the client to shape the requirements and refine it depending on the ever-changing needs. And now moving to level 3, which is all about the advising. So now reaching a level where the quantity survey is not only analysing tenders, but also proposing a procurement route to the clients that they are working with, in addition to choosing and disqualifying different contractors based on a wide variety of criteria. So as you can see on the screen, these are 2 examples that you can include in your RICS APC Summary of Experiences submission. The first example is about a residential scheme. The start of the quantity surveying services is in RIBA stage 1, which is preparation and brief. And then the main issue happened at RIBA stage 2, which is conceptual design. At this point in the timeline of the project, the client wanted to have a better understanding of the most suitable procurement route. The quantity surveyor had a conversation with the client to understand further the client requirements and constraints, and the actual constraints were time and cost. The client also wanted to delegate and transfer the design risk to the contractor, and they wanted to have an early involvement of the contractor in the design and consequently the construction of the project. So the best solution based on the client requirements and constraints is to advise on a single stage design and build procurement route, where the contractor is going to be using the employer's requirements that are drafted by the design team. And then these employer's requirements are going to be evolving into a proper design that is going to be constructed by the contractor. Another advice was given by the quantity surveyor is for the client to retain the design team as technical advisors so that they could review the design that is crafted by the contractor. The design team, they could be technical advisors also throughout the construction phase. And this is all for this video, which is meant to be an extended trailer or a teaser. And if you want to have full access to the full length, the recorded videos, the notes, the presentations, and the question answer banks, do not hesitate to get enrolled on the APC Essentials course on the APC Mastery Path web portal, and you can make the best use of a coupon code which is APC35 for a 35% discount. All the best in your APC journey. Thanks a lot for watching, and catch you in the next video.